Hey, what up, y'all? How you doing? I'm feeling really good. Like, considering the fact that I've been getting up at before the crack of dawn. Okay, getting to work after after going to sleep way after the evening. Okay, I have a lot of fucking energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's symbolic because I haven't always felt this way. I haven't always felt like perky. I definitely went through a period of feeling sluggish. When I was under a ton of heavy spell work. I felt really sluggish and tired. And, I'm thankful for those times because the hard times allow you to really highlight the good times. Like, if I had never been through heavy spell work and crown chakra magic that made me feel really tired and unclear, then I wouldn't be able to appreciate the level of clarity that I feel right now. So, there's beauty in everything. There is beauty in everything. I'm really feeling the yin yang energy. That might be something we should look up and get a better understanding of. Okay, just the masculine and feminine aspects. I mean, as a twin flame, that is my whole life. I guess that's my energetic specialty. Okay, but there's still so many mysteries to uncover. Please understand that the wise man knows nothing. They know that there is so much to be discovered and that even things that they thought were true could change. So as we're walking, be aware of the fruit of the spirit. There's going to be many false prophets. I'll use the word false prophets, that blind people, zombionic people, okay? Walking around talking like they know something. And so you need to have a level of discernment so that you know what messages to follow, what's real and what's fake. And it's all about the fruit of the spirit. It's like, what is this person producing? Do they produce good vibes or bad vibes? Is it chaos or is it clarity? So be smarter than the average bear. Common sense ain't common, okay? So make sure you have some. Don't be out here like, common sense ain't common, so that's why I ain't got none. Ain't no fucking excuses for your fucking ignorance, okay? There's no excuses for your ignorance. Get this shit together. Hey, welcome. How y'all doing? My camera quality is ass. Damn, it's an iPhone 14. Shit. But it could be that my connection is ass. All right? Because I'm just on the 5Gs. But it says I'm all the way up, so maybe your camera quality is ass. Maybe you're just an ass. Okay? You know what? I saw it said Aryan. I saw that it said Aryan, and I was like, it's like Aryan Nation, bitch. He's calling me a monkey. You know what? I'm not even going to let you distract me because this is going to be a short message. So you guys choose your battles, and white supremacy is an illusion. Okay? White supremacy is an illusion. White supremacy doesn't exist. It doesn't even fucking make sense. How can you reign supreme, like, over something you didn't even create? What is the white man even created? Okay? And this is not for my white friends. I love everybody. Okay? But for the Aryan Nation, shut your ass up. Y'all ain't shit. Okay? You're afraid of black people. That's why you talk that shit. Because you're scared. Okay? You're scared. So, work on that with yourself. Captain of the starship, only 2% make it to heaven. Boy, how can anybody know what percent makes it to heaven? Shut your stupid ass up, too. Okay? This is a spiritual channel, and I am omnious. Okay? I am omnious, which means that I believe in everything. I believe anything is possible. Okay? So we will not be putting God in the box over here. or people, because as much as I'm black power, and I am, I know my people. I know my people got problems. Okay, so I don't just trust people because they black. Okay, but and I don't just distrust people because they're white. I'm just not gonna take no shit, and I'm calling it as it is. Okay. Thank you for sharing. He says those are not his words. NDE experiencers report this, and I don't know what NDE is, so can you let me know? I don't know what NDE is. I'm always about learning new things, so I don't want to, just because somebody pissed me off with the Aryan Nation bullshit, I do like to learn new shit. Like if you have information or things that, like downloads that come to you while I'm speaking, and you write it in here, I will appreciate that. And so Captain of a Starship says NDE stands for near death experience. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I don't feel like I've ever had a truly near death experience. Something like, I don't know, I didn't have an experience to where like I actually died and saw something. I didn't have that. I never had that experience. I went through a lot of death magic. I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, okay? But I didn't exactly like get into a position where I was finna die. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that I've ever experienced that. Three of Swords, okay? So I don't know why. Crap. My bad, y'all. I had the Bluetooth on. Maybe that's why what he was talking about, my camera quality. I had the Bluetooth on, so it was going through the car. Okay. So I don't know if I don't know why we're talking about the rewards. Something to do with Botox detected. Baby, I don't have any Botox, okay? I don't have any Botox or makeup. There's nothing on my face. This is just the beauty of a black woman, okay? I was born this way. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. Flawless, okay? I think it's so funny that the people, the trolls in the comments, and I know that you guys are trolling. I know that you guys, like, just do this. Like, this is just the energy you in. You like to project negativity, which is weird, okay? But it's like, you guys are trolling, but you're not, what are you creating? What are you bringing to the world? You know what I'm saying? Captain of the Starship, I'm no longer interested in your doctrine, okay? It's very small, okay? So, cue that noise, please, and just listen. See if you learn something. I learned what NDE means. It means near-death experience, okay? Let me know if you learn anything today. Because I've seen you troll around. I've seen you before. Hell, have your own page, and do you create content? Are you creating content, or are you just trying to go to creators and talk shit in their comments? Okay? If you are not what you're talking about, okay? At least my message, which you are interrupting me right now. So, very confident in my connection with the Most High God. I don't go through Jesus. Okay, Jesus means Hail Zeus. Okay, so Jesus, at the time Yeshua HaMashiach was living on earth, okay, there was no J in the alphabet, okay? Nobody was saying Ja anything, okay? And yeah, the name Jesus comes from Zeus. It means Hail Zeus. So do your research on that. Maybe that's the thing that you learn, is that you don't know shit. Because wise people know that they don't know shit. All praises to the Most High Power. We are grateful. We only got a few minutes, so we'll just pull like up to cards, depending on how much I talk on each one. Four of Pentacles, yeah, protect your energy. It don't matter what anybody, you filter it all through your heart. You use your discernment. That's why it is so essential that you develop your own connection with spirit. And it can start in the church, but it should not end there. It can start with a leader, but that is only where it should begin, okay? You have to get in prayer. You have to connect. I don't know any other way to connect with the spirit realm other than in prayer, because that is just my way, okay, of how I was taught. Oh God, you have to go. You're distracting me from the Most High God, okay? That's what people don't understand. How do I do this? Put the user in time out. Shut your ass up. Okay? Protect your energy. That's why I'm not tolerating it. I know that I only have a few minutes to get this message out. Okay? So that I have to make control of this fucking live. So yeah, protect your energy, protect what's yours, protect your mind, protect your brain. Don't just let people fill you up with bullshit. Okay? If you hear something that's triggering, give it some time to see if you want to believe that or not. Okay? You have to have a certain set of principles within yourself. This is what my whole life yesterday was about. You have to have your own boundaries, principles, and ideas and standards of integrity created within yourself before you talk to any other humans, okay, about shit. As an adult, obviously as a kid, as an adult, you need to know who you are. That is fucking essential. And the journey of finding yourself, baby, that's where you're going to find God. And if you go looking for God, guess who you're going to find? So protect your energy. Nine of Wands, yeah. People are going to be coming up against you. Okay? Keep your defenses up. Keep your boundaries up. Know your limitations. Know your boundaries. So that when they get crossed, you stop them. Okay? You say, hey, that's a boundary. You know, it also protects you spiritually, knowing your boundaries. Because say some come up to your fence, come on your property, okay? And you shoot their ass. Bitch, that's self-defense. I'm talking energetic. So, but if you never put a boundary up and you didn't put that trespassing sign and you didn't put a fence, you know what I'm saying? Then your defense of, you know, oh, that guy was in my yard. Well, he could have been just lost a little bit or off the sidewalk, or the boundary was not clearly defined. So they didn't know that they was going to get shot. But if you put a motherfucking sign up, do not cross the gun line, and they decide to shoot or cross it, then you are karmically correct. Okay, now it is self-defense. You said, can't nobody cross this gun line, they're going to get shot for my protection. And, okay, energetically or fucking physically. Okay? So, know your boundaries so that when you cross them, you know how to react. Instead of being like, oh, instead of it like turning into an issue within your last card, guys. Yeah. And be ready to cut shit out and cut motherfuckers off. You know, that's one thing about personal empowerment, you know, independence, is that you have to be willing to do shit alone. Okay? The greatest of people do not have crowds around them. Okay? Even when they get support. Okay? Because you have to protect your energy. You cannot let people fuck with you. When you're manifesting, you can't have a doubter sitting next to you. Just like, and I'm using that as allegory, okay? A stories that tell us about things that can happen right now. Yeah, be willing, and also this is giving me like pruning too, so it's not just like cut them off. No, get the weeds out of your garden. Okay? So, that's all I have for you today. Peace.